Okay, so today we'll, yikes. Today we'll start chapter 9, 402, because it's a long chapter, so we'll read up to verse 5, and then we'll drill a verb, do some grammar, and then I promise to finish with some prophecy, because we didn't do it on Shabbat class. So let me share the screen for not yet.
What verb are we doing?
I'm not going to tell you. I know I'm going to do the verb Malat, and it's not used in the basic stem. In fact, it's not used in the passive of the causative stem either. But we'll get to that. So this. Okay. So we're going to do chapter 9 up to verse 5. Move. Okay, first word in verse 1. Wa ya amar.
And said,
ya o, subject of the verb. Al masha,
to Masha,
ba, imperative verb, the bar matzo,
go,
second person. Al parga,
to Farga, Pharaoh,
wa debartha,
and tell him,
or just say,
and just say,
aleo,
to him,
to him. Ha amar ya'o,
thus says Yahweh,
Allah e ha chabarim,
high power of the Hebrews,
shalach,
send
af rame,
my people
wa yai badne.
that they may serve me.
Yep.
Uh,
Okay,
for if
ma'an atha,
refuse you
la shalach,
to send,
wa rodcha,
and you until and still
machzek,
hold
bam,
them.
hana,
Behold,
yad ya'o,
the hand of Yahweh,
ho e,
what's that? Will be.
it's more like it's a participle in the, I would say just is, the hand of Yahweh is
Fine.
makancha,
Oh, your livestock, of your livestock.
ashar bashada,
which in the field
Ba sosem,
of the horses
ba hamarem,
and the donkeys
ba gamalem,
and the camels
ba bakar,
and the oxen.
wa ba sa'an,
Is that the sheep, right? Yeah, sheep.
yeah, sheep. The bar chabad ma'ad. The bar here is not the word for a word or the verb to say. This is the word for a disease or pestilence. Chabad ma'ad.
Severe, very,
Very severe,
very severe.
very great.
Yeah, very severe pestilence or disease.
So how does pestilence?
You know this has to be a noun because what's following it? Chabad ma'ad. So that's,
Adjective.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah, these things here after it tell you that, well, this has
Okay.
to be a noun. This can't be a verb.
So,
And so you just get
Shalom,
used
Mother.
to it. Shalom.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say you get used to these homonyms, words that sound the same, spell the same, but they don't mean the same thing. Once you see how they're put in the sentence, and you have adjectives or other stuff around it, before and after it, it'll tell you, okay, it's not this, it's that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Would it be safe to use, because I know debar can mean thing as well. So would it be
Right.
safe to use that form of the word as well? Or we
No,
stick
it can
pestilence?
mean thing, it can mean matter, it can mean subject, it can mean reason. I mean, this word has a lot of different meanings. But here he is talking about a pestilence, some type of disease, outbreak upon the animals, something that's going to hit the animals. I wouldn't just say it's a thing. It's going to be a disease that targets the animals. A grievous pestilence, a pandemic for the animal livestock. Line 4. Wa hapla.
He'll make a distinction.
He'll make a distinction. That's a good one. Ya o bain
Between
makna.
Livestock.
Ya o sha'al in construct of
Yahusha,
Yeah, sure.
wa bain makna matrem.
between a livestock.
Livestock was
Now, who can tell me why I'm not saying makana in these words? This 2 words here, ma. Why am I not saying the full makana? Why is it makna?
Is one word right now.
one word.
Or
So now,
It's a noun, and we said if it's an open syllable, it should always have the full syllable count. Ba 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 ba. But there's an exception, and that is if the word begins with the letter ma. And then it doesn't do that. But if this had been a consonant other than the letter ma, right, and it was an open syllable, you would have a full syllable count. Ah ba ba. Like there'll be 3 syllables in here. But because it begins with ma, doesn't matter if it's open. It's going to be mak na for the syllable. Wala yamuth
not, it will die.
Mahal labane ya'o shar'al.
From anything which belongs to the sons of Yahusha.
Dabar.
uh,
So this is, again, now we see the bar again, and we have to say, okay, is it a verb? Is it the noun? And if it's a noun, which noun?
masculine.
And he just said Shah just said thing, but So how do we know it's thing and not, it can't be word, right? That
Can't
wouldn't
be.
make sense.
Con.
That noun can't be that. It can't be the verb to say. That doesn't make sense in that clause. So, you know, you reduce your options, and it's the only thing that matters is the only thing that makes sense is that this is the word for thing. Makal of all the children of Israel of Yahushua, a thing, not a thing will die. Verse 5, Wa Yasham
And he set
Ya'o, my ode,
Set time.
time,
appointed time,
La Amar,
saying,
saying, Machar,
tomorrow
Tomorrow
Yaisha,
he will do
he will do.
Ya'o,
Yah,
Hadabar, there's the bar again, Huzzah,
this thing,
this thing, this.
the thing, this
The thing, this.
Ba'aretz.
in the land.
And
So we have in verse 1, we have the bar tha, that's easy, because it's conjugated with the tha. You know that has to be a verb. And you know, since Moshe is being told to go speak to Pharaoh, that it's second person masculine, the bar tha. That Moshe is doing this. You will say. And then the next time we see the bar, we know, okay, it's not a verb, it has to be a noun, because it's followed by this adjective, heavy, very, or very grievous. So it has to be a noun. And I wouldn't say it's thing, because it's talking about something that's going to strike the animals. And then the next time we see the bar over here, it's a noun again, but it's not the same as the previous bar. It's got to be the thing. And it's also here for the fourth time, hadabar, with the article prefix, the thing. So here it's a thing without the article, a thing, and down here it's the thing. And then it's even more. You don't need huzzah, but he's doubling down the thing. Hadabar huzzah. Well, all right. Yeah. Exodus chapter 9, verse 1-5.
For hadabar or the bar, in the case of a noun, could it be also, or could we just say which he stated, like kind of like a statement?
Yeah, it could be. You could be hadabar the word of this in the land. That is possible. And they would be synonymous with the thing he just said, the word he just said. So it would be synonymous. So that's this, flexibility of the word to bar. I said mo'id. Did I say myod? I'm sorry, it's mo'id.
I thought you said bar.
Mo'id.
if you
Someone's saying
did, just realize it.
okay, it's mo'id. It means
Uh,
season or time, appointed season, appointed time. It can also mean festival, fixed festival, but he's not talking about that. He's talking about a set time, mo'id, and he means specifically in the morning. So when they wake up, they're going to see this plague if we refuse to let the people go. Okay, I'll give people a shot if they want to try to read verses 1-5.
Wa ya amar ya o al masha, ba al parcha, wa the bartha aleyo, cha amar ya o, Allah e hakabarim, shalach ath chame, wa yaibadne, che am anatha la shalach, wa chodcha mach zekbam, hana, yad ya o hoeh, wa makancha, asher bashida, wa sosen, wa chamarim, wa gamalim, wa bakar, wa batsaan, the bar chabad ma'ah. Wa hap la ya o bain makna ya o shara o bain makna masrain. Wala Yamuth Makol Labane Yao Shar al Dabar. Wa Yasham Yao Moai Lamar. Makar Yaishi Yao Hadabar Hazah Ba'arat.
Perfect. Top Ma'at. Mechod. Your mic is low. Whoever that is.
Khan.
So
Okay.
now I hear you.
Wa ya amar ya o al masha ba al parga wa the bartha aleo ka amar ya o ala hagrabarem shalach at rame wa ya badne ka ke ma'an atha la shalach wa rodcha makzek bam hana yad ya o ho'e ba machana ashar ba shada ba sosim ba chamarem ba gamalem ba bakar wa ba tsa'an debar chabad ma'ad wa hapla ya'o ben makna ya'o shiral wa ben makna matzrem wa la wa la yamoth machol labane ya'o shiral debar Wayasham Ya'o Mo'ad La'amar Makar Yaisha Ya'o Hadabar Hazah Ba'aratz. Shalom.
Aman. Top Ma'at. Now this word here is feminine. The verb is simply being made into a participle, and the wa here, it doesn't need to be there, but it is here because this is a participle. And since it's feminine, now what are we doing to the ha at the end of the word?
Hoeh.
Yeah, hoeh. So because the word yad is a feminine. And whenever you're talking about body parts that come in pairs, hands, eyes, feet, arms, those things are always going to be grammatically feminine. I mean, they're not strictly always feminine. Sometimes they might be put in masculine, but usually they are attended by feminine adjectives or feminine verbs if they are feminine, grammatically feminine. So this is going to be pronounced hoeh. So, mechod.
Shalom. Waya Amar Yao al Masha Ba al Parga Adabartha Aleo Ka Amar Yao Alae Agabare Shalach Athame Ayad Badne Ke Ma'an Atha Bashalach Bagurcha Mazachne no
Machzik.
Machzik, I'm sorry.
So,
Machzik Hanayad Yao Ho'eh Ba Makan Ka Ashar Bashada Basu same Bahamarim Ba Bagamlem Babakar
Gemalim. Camels.
Bagamalim. Okay, I'm sorry.
So,
Bagamalim Babakar Wa Batsaan the Bar Chabad Ma'ab Wahabala Ya O Bain Makna Ya O Sharal Wa Bain Makna Matrin Wala Ya Muth Mahol Labane Ya O Sharal the Bar Wayasham Ya'o Mo'aid La'mar Mahar Yaisha Ya'o Hadabar Hazah Ba'aretz.
Aman. So,
So, wa Amar Ya'o al Masha Ba al Parga Adabartha Aleo Che Amar Ya'o Ale Hagabarim Shalach Ath Rame Wayabakadni Che Ma'an Ath Shalach Wagodcha Machazak
Machzik.
Machzech Bam Wahana Yad Ya'o Ho'eh Ba Makancha Ashar Bashada Basosim
Horses.
Ba
Chamarim.
Machrim.
Bam.
Uh,
Chamarim, donkeys.
I said Macharim, didn't
I think so, yeah. You gotta put the cha. I do that.
I? Ba Chamarim.
Chamarim,
Gamalim.
Gamalim,
Babakar.
oxen.
Wabataan Dabar. Chabad Ma'ad. Wahapla Ya'o Bin Makna. Ya'o Shara wa Bin Makna. Matsrim. Wala Yamos Machabani Ya'o Shara Dabar. Wayasham Ya'o Mo'aid La'amar. Makar Yachasha.
Yaisha, what are you doing?
Aisha.
I'm gonna beat you up.
I'm getting 3 languages going through my head at the same time. Wa Yaisha Ya'o Hadabar Haza Ba'arat.
Tob, Mehod.
Shalom. Waya Amar Ya'o al Masha, Ba'al Parga Wadabartha, Aleo, Ha Amar Ya'o, Allah e Hagabarim, Shalach Athgame, Wa Yabadne. Ke Am, Ma'an Atha, La Shalach, Wagodka, Makzek, Bam, Hana Yad Ya'o, Hoeh, Ba Makancha, Ashar, Bashada, Basosem, Ba Chamarim, Ba Gamalem, Ba Bakar, Wabasa'an, Debar Kabad Ma'ad, Wahapala Ya'o, Bain Makna Ya'osharal, Wa Bain Makna Matzraim, Wala Yamoth Makal Labane Ya'osharal Debar, Wa Yasham Ya'o, Mo'aid La Amar, Makhar Yaisha, Ya'o Hadabar Hazah Ba'aretz.
Man. Tob Ma'ad. Mehod.
Waya Amar Ya'o al Masha, Ba al Parga Wadabartha Aleo, Ha Amar Ya'o ala Eha Rabarim, Shalach at Rame Waya Batne, He Am Ma'an Athala Shalach, Warodcha Machzek Bam, Hana Yad Ya'o Ho'eh Ba Makancha, Ashar Bashada, Basosem, Bachamarim, Bagamalim, Babakar, Wabataan, Dabar Chabad Ma'ad. Wahapla Ya'o Ben Makna Ya'osharal wa Ben Makna Matzrim Walaya Mot Machal Labane Ya'osharal Dabar. Waya Sham Ya'o Mo'ai La Amar Machar Yaisha Ya'o Hadabar Hazah Ba'aret.
Man. Tob Ma'ad. Mehod.
Shalom. Wayamar Ya'o al Masha, Ba al Pacha, Wadabarta Aleo, Ka Amar, Ya'o ala E, Ha Chabarim, Shalak Af Chame, Wayai Badne, Ke Am Ma'an, Ata La Shalak, Wachodka, Mak Zek
Tob.
Bam Hana Yad Ya'o Hoe Ba sorry. Ba Makanka
Tob.
Ashar Ba Shada
Tob.
Ba So Same Ba Kamarim Ba Ga Malim Babakar Wabasam the bar. Oh,
Wabatsa'an.
Wabasaan the bar. Kabad Ma'ad. Wahapla Ya'o Bain Makna Ya'o Sha'o. Wabain Makna mustering, wala, Yamov Makol, Labane, Yaosha'ol, the bar, Wayasham Yaol Modaid, La'amar, Makar, Yaisha, Yaol Hadabar, Haza Baras.
Tov ma'at.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Waya Amar Ya'o al Masha Ba al Parga Wadabartha Aleo Ka Amar Ya'o Ala'e Agabarim Shalach Ath Rame Wayai Bade wait Wayai Badne
Tov.
Pe Ma'an Atha La Shalach Wa I Odak
Na wa rodcha.
Wa Rodha
Tov.
Mak Zek
Machzik. Tov.
Bam Hana Yad Ya'o Ho E Bama Kanak Ashar Bashada Basosem Bak Maraim
Ba chamarim. The
Bak
donkeys.
Kamarim
Tov.
Baga Malaim Babakar Wabatsaan Dabar Chabad Ma'ad Wahapla Ya'o Bain Makna Ya'o Sharal Wabain Makna Matzrim Wala Yamoth Makal Labane Ya'osharal Dabar Wa Yashaman Ya'o Mo'aid La'amar Makar Yaisha Ya'o Hadabar Hazah Ba'aratz.
Come on. Tov ma'at. So I want you to look at how the language is working here. When it says wa rodcha, right? We know that rod, whenever I say it, it's who it's else or, who's next. It also can mean still. So this wa rodcha is literally and you still, or and still you. And still you, machzek is the participle. This is the active participle, the one holding, right? And still you are the one holding, and then bam is onto them. I mean, literally in them means onto them. Wachodcha machzech bam, and still you are the one holding on to them. Okay, up here we saw that he's saying, send my nation, right? Rameh, and Ram is a singular noun. What if he had said, what if this was plural and it was Ramem? What would the verb after it be? Yai badne is third person singular. He will serve. And then the ne at the end of it is the pronoun me. So he will serve me. But what if it were plural? What would happen to Yai badne?
Wayai Badone.
Badone, told. You would have to put a wa here and make this third person plural as opposed to third person singular. Yai badone, but it's not, it can't be that because rame is a singular noun, so that's why the wa is not there. Yai badne. Top, mejor.
Shalom. Amar Ya'o al-Masha, Ba'al-Parga, Wadabartha Aleo, Amar Ya'o Ala'e, Hakabarim Shalach, Athame, Wayai Batne, Ha'am Ma'an, Atala Shalach, Wagodcha, Machadzek, no.
Machzek.
Machzek, bam. Hana yad ya'o, ho'eh, ho'eh, bamakancha, ashar, bashada, basosem, bakamarem, bagamalem, babakar, wabatsaan, dabar chabad ma'ad. Wahapla ya'o, ben makna ya'o sharaw, wa ben makna matzrim, wala yamoth machal, labane ya'o sharaw dabar. Wayasham ya'o, sorry.
Mo'ad.
Mo'aid, yes. Mo'aid la'amar machar. Yaisha ya'o hadabar haza ba'arat.
Tov ma'ad.
Shalom.
Shalom Achay. Mehod.
Shalom. I tried. Waya Amar Ya O Al Masha Ba Al Parga Wadabartha Aleo Ka Amar Ya O Alae Hagabarem Shalak A Game Wayabadne K Am Sa'an Atha La Shalak Wagodka Mak Zek Bam Hanat Yad Ya O Oe Bamakanka Ashar Bashada Basosem Bakamarem Bagalang Bagamalem Babakar Wabatsaan Dabar Kabad Ma'ad Wahapala Ya'o Bain Makana Ya'o Shara Wabain Makana Mashraim Wala Yamut Makar Labane Ya'o Shara Dabar Wayasham Ya'o Mo'ai La'amar Makar Yaisha Ya'o Hadabar Hazah Ba'arat.
Tov ma'ad. Mehod. One more and then we'll move on.
Wa ya Amar, ya o al Masha, ba al Parga, wa debartha aleo, ha Amar, ya o alae, hagabarim shalach af rame, wa yagabane. He am ma'an, atha la shalach, wa godka, makazek bam, hana yad, ya o, ho'eh, ba makanka, ashar bashada, Basosain, Ba Kamarain, Ba Gamalain, Babakar, Wa Basaan, Dabar Kabad Ma'ad, Wahabla Ya O, Bain Machna Ya O Shara, Wa Bain Machna, Matrain, Wala, Ya Mof Makar La Bene Ya O Shara, Dabar, Wa Yasham Ya O, Mawad La Amar, Makar Yaisha Ya O Hadabar Hazar Ba'arats.
Aman. Do we need to translate this? You guys are reading so good. You don't realize how much you know, but you just read the first 5 verses of chapter 9, probably for the first time in our language.
Shalom, Ben. Yeah, please translate it for me.
Okay, and said Yahweh to Masha, go to Pharaoh and say to him, thus says Yahweh, the higher power of the Hebrews, send out my nation that they may serve me. For if you refuse to send, and you still are the one holding on to them, behold, the hand of Yahweh is upon your livestock, which are in the field, your horses, your donkeys, and on your camels, and on your oxen and on your flocks, a pestilence that's very grievous, very heavy. And he will cause to be distinct or wonderful or set apart, Yahweh, between the livestock of Yahushua and between the livestock of the Egyptians. And not will it die of any of the children of Yahushua a thing. And he put Yahweh, or he set Yahweh a time, saying, tomorrow will it be, or I'm sorry, will he do, Yahweh, this thing or this word in the land? I just think we should read 6 and 7.
Shalom, Abed.
Shalom.
If the word ho'e is the word for is,
Yeah, it's not the word is, it's the participle, the one that is. It's a noun.
no,
The one that is.
shalom.
Shalom. So let's do 6 and 7 since this is the outcome of that. First word is wa yaish.
And he did.
And he did, Ya'o Akhad hazah.
The thing of this.
This
Ma Macharath.
Is that from the next day?
from the next day, yeah, next day.
Yeah, in the morning, or from the morning. Wa Yamath.
And
he killed.
They died, and he died.
And died.
And died.
Chal Makna Matzraim.
All the lives.
Egypt.
Wa Ma Makna Bnei Yaoshal.
The livestock of the sons of Yahushua.
So from their livestock, La Math Akhad.
Not one died.
One.
Not died one. Okay. Wa Yashalach Baraga.
He sent
Parga.
Wa Hana.
And behold.
La Math Mamakna Yaoshal Gad Akhad.
Not died. Livestock
from the life
died.
Into one.
One.
Okay. Wa ya Chabad la Parga.
It was hard in the heart.
Hardened.
La Shalach Af Hagam.
And not would he send after the people.
This man has gone insane. Truly gone insane. He even sent out to check and see that any of their cattle die, and the report came back not one died. And this man is still, nope, I'm still not letting him go. He's gone insane. The man has been driven insane by Yahweh because he was wicked. He can't let them go because Yahweh was not letting him let them go. He's not done doing his wonders. I want to show out. I can't let you let him go yet because I got more stuff I want to do to you. It's basically what's going on here. He's refusing to let him come to his senses, making him act crazy, just so he can perform his wonders and show his power. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. So, who would like to read next?
Why Yaisha O Akhadabar Hazah Mamacharath? Why Yamath Ko Machna Masrain? Wa Machna Bane Ya Oshar La Math Akhad. Why Yashalach Parcha Wahana? La Math Mamachna Ya Oshar Akhad Akhad. Why Yachaba La Parcha? Wala Shalach Af Hakam.
So, excuse me, Mego.
So, Wayash o Ath Hadabar Hazah. Mama Kharath. Wayamath Kha Makna Matrim. Wamamakna Bane Yaoshara. La Math Akhad. Wayashalach Parha Wahana. La Math Mamakna Yaoshra. Khad Akhad. Wayakhbad Bal Parha. Wala Shalach Ath Hagam.
So remember now this word here at the end, is this going to be an active or passive verb? Is the heart doing the hardening, or is the heart on the receiving end of being hardened?
Passive.
Passive. So if it's passive, we have to inflect it, because even though it's going to be spelled the same as active, we can't pronounce it the same. What do we do?
Ya Chabad.
Ya Chabad. Ya Chabad. So that wa is also going to be followed by wa ya. This first wa is long, and then the second ya, the next letter is going to have a longer vowel to it. Wa ya Chabad. And now you know, okay, the heart is being hardened versus the heart is doing the hardening. The heart is receiving the action, is passive. Mechod.
Shalom. Wayash Ya'o Hadabar Hazah. Ma Makarath Wayamath Machol Makna Matzrim. Wa Mamakna Bane Yaosharal La Math Akhad. Wayashalach Parga Wahana La Math Mamakna Yaosharal Gad Akhad. Waya Chabad. La Parga Wala Shalach Ath Hagam. Shalom.
Shalom. Wa Yaish Ya'o Af Hadabar Hazah. Ma Macharaf Wa Yamath Chol Machna. Matrim Wa Ma Machna. Bane Ya'oshra La Mafachad. Wa Yashalach Para. Wahana La Ma Machna. Ya'oshra Echad. Wa Ya Chabad. La Para. Wala Shalach Af Hagam.
Tomad. Perfect.
Shalom. Wayaish Ya'o at Hadabar Hazah. Mamacharat Wayamat Chal Makna Matzrem. Wamamachna Bane Ya'osharar Lamat Akhad. Wayashalach Para. Wahana Lamat Mamakna Ya'osharar Gad Akhad. Wayachabad La Para. Wala Shalach At Hagam.
So odd. Mechod.
Wayash Ya'o Af Hadabar Hazah Mamachrath Wayamath Chal Machna Matzrim Wama Ben Ya'oshara La Math Akhad Wayashalach Parga Wahana La Math Mamakan Wamakna Ya'oshara Rod Akhad Waya Chabad La Parga Wala Shalach Af Hagam.
Tomad. Mechod.
Shalom. Wayash Ya'o Ath Hadabar Hazah. Ma Macharath Wayamath Chol Machna Matzrem Wamamakna Bane Ya'oshra La Math Achad. Wayashalak Parga Wahana La Math Mamakna Ya'oshra Gad Achad. Waya Chabad La Parga Wala Shalach Ath Hagam.
Tomad. You guys are getting good. Mechod.
Shalom. Wayaish Ya'o Af Hadabar Hazah. Mamakharaf. Wayamaf Ko Makna Mastream. Wa Mamakna Bane Yaosha'al. La Maf Akkad. Wayashalak Pacha. Wahana la math mamakna yaosho chad akad wa ya chabad
So
lab pacha wala shalak af ha chas. Oh no, I'm sorry. Ha cham. Sorry.
Ram. Tov ma'ad. Mechod.
Shalom. Wayash Ya'o at Hadabar Haza Mama Karath Wayamat Call Maka Matsraim Wamamakan Wamamakana Bene
Wamamakna.
Ya'o Wamamakna
So
Bene Yaoshua La Math Akkad Shalak Parga Wahana La Mat Mama Kana Yaoshua God Akkad Wayakabad La Parga Wala.
did we lose him? I think so.
Shalom. Yeshai, gonna finish it. He gonna finish it. His phone went out.
Okay.
Restart. Ayash Ya'o Bar.
Na Yaoshua God Akkad Wayakabad Lab Parga Wala Shalak at Hagam.
Tov ma'ad. Mechod.
Shalom. Wayash Ya'o at Hadabar Ha'azah Ma Macharath Wayamath Chol Machna Matzraim Wa Mamachna Bane Yaosharal La Math Achad Wayashalach Parga Wahana La Math Ma Machna Yaosharal Rad Achad Waya Chabad Lab Parga Wala Shalach Ath Haram.
Tov ma'ad.
Shalom. Wayasha O Ath Hadabar Hazah Makarat Wayamat Call Makana Matsaraim Wamamakna Beneya Osharal La Math Akkad Wayashalak Parga Wahana La Math Mamakna Ya Osharal God Akkad Waya Kabad
Tov.
La Parga Wala Shalak Ath Hagam. Shalom.
Shalom, I would like to try. Wayash Ya'o Ath Hadabar Haza Mama Karath Wayamath Chal Makna Matzraim Wamakana Wama. Can you help me with this? Wamakana
Okay, just break it up like this. Wama. Wama. Wait, listen. Just listen to me. Wama. Mak. na.
na.
Wama mak na.
Makna. Wama Makna Bane Yaosha al La Math Akhad. Wayashalach Parga. Wahana La Math. Ma Makna Yaosha al Khad Akhad. Wa ya kabad la parga wala shalak ath hakam. Shalom.
Toma.
Shalom. I want to give it a try. Wayash Ya'o Ath Ha Dabar Hasa Ma Macharith
Macharath.
Ma
Macharath.
Macharath Wa Yamath Kal Machan Matzrim. I'm sorry, Machna Matzrim. Wam. I was struggling on this when I was practicing. Is it Wama
Machna.
Machna? Okay, Wama Machna. Bein Yaosharal. La Math Wa Shalach Parga Wahana La Math Ma Machan Yaoshra Had Akhad Wa Yachabad Lab Parha Wala Shalach Ath Macham.
Toma.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Wayash Ya'o Ath Hadabar Haza Mamakarat Wayamat Kal Makna Matsrain Wa Mamakna Bane Yosha'al La Mat Akhad Wa Yashalak Parga Wahana La Mat Mamakna Ya Osha'al Gal Akhad Wa Ya Kaba La Parga Wala Shalak At Hagam.
Tob.
Shalom. Wayash Ya'o Ad Hadabar Haza Ma Macharat. Waya Madchal Makna Matzreim. Wa Mamakna Bane Yaosharal Lamat Achad. Waya Shalach Barga Wahana Lamat Mamakna Yaosharal Gad Achad. Waya Chabad La Barga Wala Shalach At Hagam.
Toma.
Shalom. Can you hear me now, Mabing?
Yep.
Shalom. Wayash Ya'o At Hadabar Haza Mamakarat Wayamath Kal Machna Masrem Wa Mamachna Bane Yaosharal La Mas Akhad Waya Shalach Paraga Wahana La Mas Mamachna Yaosharal Had Akhad Waya Kabat Lab Paraga Wala Shalach As Hagam. Shalom.
Toma. Mejor.
Shalom. Wayesh Ya'o Ath Hadabar Haza Ma Makarath Waya Math Kal Makanat Matzreim Wama Makana Bain Yaosher Al La Math Akhad Huh? Hello? Oh God. Sorry, my bang.
Okay.
Why I should lock Parha Wahana La Ma Makana Ya Osharal Had Akhad Waya Kabad Lab Parha
Wala. Shalach of Hacham.
Tov. Tov, Tov,
Shal-
Tov.
Shalom.
All right. Do we need to translate this?
Oh, can I give it a try?
Yeah.
Wayesh Ya'ol At Adabar Atza Mama Harath Wa Yamat Paul Makana Matsrain Wa Makna Baneya Osha Mat Akhad Wa Yashalat Arhu Wa Hana La Math Mam Makna Ya Osha Al Akhad Wa Ya Abad La Parga Wa La Shalak At Hagam
Tov.
Hagam.
So how do we translate this? Thaddeus, you want to give it a shot to translate it? Sure. Or you want me to translate it?
So, Khan, I was asking you to translate it.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand.
I ain't got there far yet.
Okay, and Yahweh did the thing from the morning, and it died all the cattle of the Egyptians. But from the cattle of the children of Yahushar'al, not one died. And Pharaoh sent, and behold, not died from the cattle of Yahushar'al until one. And was hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not send out the nation. He did not let the people go. See, today you don't have a Pharaoh telling you can't leave. He doesn't care. You know, if you want to say the US government, president, they don't care. You can come and go, you can leave, they don't care. But back then you had no choice. You had to stay. And the reason why it's that way is because this time around, Yahweh wants people who want him just as much as he wants them. This is not, before it was one way. It was just Yahweh taking the people. Even most of them didn't deserve to be taken. Like he ended up killing most of them in the wilderness because they didn't really deserve it. They weren't ready to leave. They didn't want to leave. But this time around, we have a Pharaoh who's not holding you. You're not in chains anymore. You can go and come and go as you please. And now we see that it's a struggle. A lot of folks just don't want to leave, and they're not leaving. So he's after the ones who really are seeking him. And you don't have to, you don't have to sell these people. They hear his voice, they know his name, they know that that's him telling them to do something, and they just do it. That's what he wants today. But back then, he had to take these people out against their will. And because he made the Pharaoh say, no, can't leave. So he could do all these wonders. Now you are free to leave, but he doesn't want everyone to leave. He's only after certain people, the remnant. And then once you're gone, he's going to do his wonders. Once he's finished with the Exodus, then he turns his wrath on the enemy and does his wonders again. So it's history repeating itself, but not exactly the same way, but it is a repeat of history. Any questions? Okay, so I just wanted to get into start chapter 9. It's a long chapter, 35 verses, and we'll pick up it again next class, verse 8. Okay, so now I'm going to switch tracks and look at one verb, and I'll show you. I'm going to do the verb sheets like this from now on because I think it's easier to segment the different parts that we're looking at. So on this sheet, we're looking at the verb malat. So I have the English transliteration, the definition, and then the verb in our language, which means it means to slip away, to escape. And I got on the very top row, I have the various stems that the verbs is used in. We only see it used in scripture in the second stem, Shabbalat Ba, which is the passive. And we see it in Shabbalat Ga, which is the intensive. We see it in Shabbalat Ha, which is the causative. And we see it in Shabbalat Za, the seventh stem, which is the reflexive. So after that first row, it tells you what they are. Or at the end of the first row, I have Lahabdel, which means to parse or to divide, to break down. And so this column at the far left here is the parsing. So I'll blow it up. In our language, when we say Zaman Thamol, what does that mean?
Past tense.
Past tense.
Past tense.
Perfect tense.
Or perfect tense. And then I have the letter Ga, which is going to be shorthand for what?
Third person.
Third person. Then I've got the letter Za, which is shorthand for what?
Masculine.
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 And then I've got the letter Ba, which is shorthand for
Badad.
Badad, singular. So that's your parsing. That's the whole breakdown of the verbs in this row. Third person, perfect tense, third person, masculine, singular. Okay, and so all of this is Zaman Thamol. This whole section here is the whole third perfect tense. Then I have the Shampile and the Shampile Chazak. These are your infinitives, these two rows here. Then the Debar Matso section. And I've got Debar Matso. First one is Ba for what? Shorthand for second person. Za, shorthand for
masculine. Sakar.
And then the next Ba is shorthand for
Badad.
singular. Okay, so that's the break. That's the, you're asking what the heck does that mean? That's the shorthand version, because it would be too long to write it all out. So this one is Ba, non-Ba. This is going to be second person, Nakaba, Badad. And then you got after that, the third one is second person, masculine, Rabaim, plural. So you got two Badads and two Rabaims for the Debar Matso. And then for the Zaman Mahar, which is what?
Imperfect tense or future tense.
So that's all these are all your future tenses here. And when I get to the first person, I'm just going to do Ba, because we always know that the first person is common for both genders. So you don't need to, just put and Ba here is for singular. And then at the bottom, it's and Ra for first person, Rabam, plural. And then I've got a separate here for strong verbs. We have to have a separate row for the jussive, which is the command of the third person, which only happens in the causative stem. So that's that column there, the jussive. And then you got the bottom, very bottom, we have the two participles, the sham mapile pile, which is the active participle, and the sham mapile napile, which is the passive. And for this verb, there is no passive participle. They're only active. But it's curious, if you look at the verb, it means to escape. Why isn't there a shawalat ah? Think about it. Why does the language not put this verb in the basic step, simple active voice? Simple active voice means you or the subject is doing something to an object. So if this verb means to escape, to slip away, would it be correct to say
You escaped the
he escaped
something.
he escaped you?
No.
La.
No. I mean, you could say it if I was trying to see you, he got away from you, but can you escape something?
La.
No. It's always
You'd
Yeah,
have to
because-
escape from something.
you escape, it's always going to be in a passive. So the first word, namalat, is he escaped. He escaped. The language doesn't see its logic to put in an active voice he escaped, because it would be the object that would be the one that escaped and not the subject. But here we see that it's really talking about the subject, so you have to put it in the passive. Ho namalat, he escaped. In the feminine, ho-a or he-a namalata. Okay, and then the second person masculine, namalat-tha. Namalat-tha. In the feminine second person, namalat-tath. Namalat-tath. Okay, you escaped, feminine. First person common, you have namalat-they. I escaped. Then for the third person common, you have namalato. Ham or han, namalato. Then for the second person masculine plural, you've got namalat thumb. And then the feminine, namalat than. And then for the common first person, namalat no. All right. So who would like to go first and drill that?
Shalom. Ho namalat, hoa namalata, atha namalatha, ath namalata, hold on, namalatath, ane namalathe, ha mohan namalato, atham namalatham, athan namalathan, anachno namalatno.
Toman.
Shalom. Ho namalat. Ho a namalata. Atha namalatha. Ath namalatath. Ane namalathe. Hamhan namalato. Atham namalatham. Athan namalathan. Anachno namalatno.
To.
Shalom. Ho namalat. Ho a namalata. Atha namalata. Ath namalatath. Ane anahe namalate. Hamhan namalato. Atham namalatam. Athan namalatan. Anachno namalatno.
Toman.
Shalom.
Shalom. Ho namalat, hoa namalat atha namalat tha, ath namalat ath, ane namalat they, hamarhan namalat o, atham namalat tham, athan namalat than, anachno namalat no.
To.
Shalom. Ho namalat, hoa namanata, atha namanatha, ath namanatha, Ham and Han, Namanato, Han, Namanato. Please stop that. Han, Namanato, Athan, Namanathan, Athan, Namanathan, and then Anakno, no.
So
Shalom. Ho Namalat. Ho A Namalata. Ata Namalata. Ath Namalath. Anake Ane Namalate. Ham or Han Namalat O. Atham Namalatam. Atan Namalatan. Anakno Namalatno.
so Mero.
Shalom. Shalom. Go ahead.
Okay. Ho Namalat. Hoa Namalata. Ata. Sorry. Ata Namalata. Af Namalat. Not Namalataf. Aneo Anache Namolate. Hamohan. Ham Ohan Namolato. Atam Namalatam. Atan Namalatan and Anakno Namolatno.
So
Shalom.
Shalom. Ho Namalat, Ho A Namalata, Atha Namalatha, Ath Namalat Ath, Ane Namalate, Ham Namalato, Atham Namalatham, Athan Namalatan, Anachno Namalatno.
so
Shalom. Ho Namalat. Ho A Namalata. Atha Namalata. Amanamalata. Ath Namalata. Ane Anachni. Nabanate. Hamahan Namalatno. Lamalato. Atham Lamanatam. Athan Lamanatan. Anachno Lamanatno.
so
Shalom. Shalom. Ho Namalat. Hoa Namalasa. Asa Namalasa. As Namalas. Ane Namalase. Ham or Han Namalaso. Asam Namalasam. Asan Namalasan. Anachno Namalasno. Shalom.
Shalom. Ho Namalat. Hoa Namalata. Atha Namalatha. Ath Namalatas. Ane Namalate. Ham or Han Namalat O. Atham Namalatham. Athan Namalathan. Anakno Namalatno. Shalom.
Shalom.
so
Ho Namalat, Ho A Namalata, Atha Namalata, Ath Namalata, Ane Namalate, Ham or Han Namalato, Atham Namalatam, Atan Namalatan, Anachno Namalatno. Shalom.
Shalom. Let's jump over to the next column, Shabaloth Ga here, which is the intensive. Now, I told you there is no basic stem, but all of these look like basic stem. But it's not pronounced like basic stem. Basic stem would be malat, malata, malatha, malatath, malate, malate, malato. That would be basic stem, right? But when it's intensified, what do we do to inflect it to make it intensified?
Malat.
Yeah, we hang, or we make the second radical a longer and louder sound. So you're really just you're singing it, malat, malata, malata, malatath, malate, malato, malata, malatan, malatno. And this, when we're intensifying it, now we are saying that we're doing something to the object. If I were to say to you, napasho, napasho malat, napasho malat, what am I saying?
His soul escaped.
No, it's active now. It's active voice, not passive. Napasho malat, his soul, he what? He what?
Evaded?
No. Delivered. He got his soul free. He got his soul. He saved. You could say saved, but it's really he's got his soul delivered or saved from whatever danger he was in. Napasho malat. Now it's back to the active, but it has to be intensified if you want to put it active. Okay. So let's see how you. I want to hear how you, how you guys negotiate the intensive version of Malat.
Shalom. Ho malat, hoa malata, atha malata, ath malata, aner anache malate, hamhan malato, atham malatham, athan malathan, anachno malatno.
Tov ma'ad.
Shalom. Ho malat, hoa malata, atha malatha, ath malatath, ane malathe, hamohan malato, atham malatham, athan malathan, anachno malatno.
So, ho malat, ho malata, atha malata, ath malatath, ane anachne malatne, hamahan malatno, atham
Malato.
malato,
Malato.
malato, hamahan malatham.
No, atham. Malatham.
Malatham. Han. Malatan. Anachno. Malat.
Athan. Ham and Han go to Malat, Malato, and then Atham and Athan go to these two. Atham and Athan. Then Anachno.
What did I say?
You were saying Ham and Han for these two.
I did. I thought I said Atham and Athan. Okay. Athan. Malatham. Athan. Malatan. Anachno. Malatno.
Shalom. Ho malat, hoa malata, atha malata, ath malatat, ane anache malatte, ham han malato, atham malatam, athan malatan, anachno malatno. Shalom.
Shalom. Ho malat. Hoa malata. Atha malat malata. Ath malat tath. Ane anache malate. Hamhan malato. Atham malatham. Athan malatham. La malathan. Sorry about that. Anachno malatno.
So
Shalom. Ho malat. Hoa malata. Atha malata. Ath malata. Ane malate. Ham or han malato. Atham malatam. Athan malatan. Anachno malatno. Shalom.
so I don't want you to make the first vowel long and just make this a long syllable mal. I want you to get off that ma as fast as you can. Mal, get off the ma quick and then just hang and sing the L, sing the la. Malat, malata, malata, that's what I want you to do. I want you to try to make the la the most prominent sound of the word.
Well, it's a lot to label big.
Shalom.
So for is it Malat, like Malat, or Malataf?
Malataf. Malataf.
Malataf. Okay. Ho Mal. Okay. Already took that stuff. Ho Mal ta. Ata Mal ta. I mean Mal okay. How do I say that? Did I say that right?
You gotta say it again. I didn't hear you.
Mal ta for Ata. I mean yeah, Ata.
Afa?
Yes.
Malata.
Malata. Okay. Ath. Malta. Ane.
Malata. You missed
Malat. Okay. Yeah. Mala. Okay. Yeah. I'm not pronouncing it. Malata. Ane. Malata. Amahan. Malatu. Atham. Malata. Thumb.
Malatam.
Malat. Athan. Malat. Thumb. Anachnu. Malat.
Yeah, it takes practice, but that's why we drill.
I'd like to try. This is ho malat, ho malata, ata malata, at malata, ane anake malate, ham or han malato, atam malatam, atan malata, anakno malatno.
So אנחנו מלטנו. מה הארץ מצרים? ואנחנו הולכים למעבר הזה. מה אמרתי לכם?
I know you said
Deliver ourselves from
we
Matzrim.
delivered ourselves from Matzrim.
טוב. ואנחנו הלכם אנחנו הלכם.
We went or we walked.
We're the ones going.
We are the ones going. Yeah, there you go.
Alma Barza. To this wilderness. Let's jump over to the causative. This one, you don't have to do any funky inflection because the morphology is different. All of it begins with letter ha, and we know to combine the first two letters to the first syllable. And so the syllable count is reduced. This is not anything. It's just like the Shabbat Ba, it has its own morphology. So the first one is Hamlet, right? And this is simply he caused X to escape. Or he caused X to be the instrument of someone else's escape. Then you have Hamleta, then you have Hamlata, Hamlata, Hamlate, Hamleto, Hamlatam, Hamlatan, then Hamlatno. Okay, these are all pretty easy peasy.
Shalom.
This is all causative stuff. Shalom.
Ho hamlet. Ho hamleta. Atha hamlata. Ath hamlata. Ane hamlate. Hamhan hamlato.
Hamleto.
Oh, hamleto. I'm sorry, but missed it. Hamleto. Atham. Hamlatam. Athan. Hamlatan. Anachno hamlatno.
Cool. Mejor.
Shalom. Ho Hamlet. Ho a Hamleta. Ata Hamlata. Ath Hamlatath. Ane anache Hamlatse. Hamhan Hamleto. Atham Hamlatam. Athan Hamlatan. Anachno Hamlatno.
Oh my God.
Ho Hamlet. Ho a Hamleta. Atha Hamlata. Hamlata. Ath Hamlatath. Ane anache Hamlate. Hamahan Hamleto. Atham Hamletam. Athan no Hamlatam. Athan Hamlatan. Anachno Hamlatno.
Shalom. Ho hamlet. Hoa hamleta. Atha hamlatha. Ath hamlatath. Ane hamlathe. Hamohan hamleto. Atham hamlatham. Athan hamlatan. Anachno hamlatno.
And just for time's sake, let's jump over to the
Dag
reflection.
nabbit.
Okay, go ahead. You can go.
Oh, I didn't know you heard me. Ho hamlet. Hoa hamleta. Atha hamleta. Ath hamletath. Ane hamlate. Hamerhan hamlet o. Atham hamletam. Athan hamletan. Anachno hamlatno.
Okay, now reflexive. The reflexive is where you see, now you understand that there isn't a basic stem because the language wants to put it in the reflexive when it's talking about escaping yourself or himself. So in the third person, it's Ho Hatha Malat. Hatha Malat is he did what?
Escaped himself.
He escaped. What you call, he did it to himself. Reflexive. The action is being done to the subject. He's doing it to himself. And so for the feminine, Hatha Malata, then for the second person, Hatha Malatha, and then Hatha Malatha. And then for the first person, Hatha Malate, I escaped. I did it to myself. Hatha Malato, they escaped. And Hatha Malatham, you all. Hatha Malathan, you all. Hatha Malatno, we. Okay. Mejor.
Shalom. Can we say we delivered ourselves?
Yes.
Like we escaped? Yeah, shalom.
Shalom.
Is it been so long? Is it being ran from top to bottom or bottom from top?
Yeah, we're going from the top here, this row down to the last. There's 10 forms in the perfect stem, perfect aspect. Anyone?
Shalom. Ho Hathamalat, Hoa Hathamalata, Atha Hathamalatha, Ath Hathamalath, Ane Hathamalate, Hamohan Hathamalato, Atham Hathamalatham, Athan Hathamalathan, Anachno Hathamalatno.
Shalom. Ho Hatamalat, Ho A Hatamalata, Atha Hatamalata, At Hatamalatat, Aneanahe Hatamalate, Hamhan Hatamalato, Atham Hatamalatam, Athan Hatamalatan, Anachno Hatamalatno. Shalom.
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 No, go ahead.
Shalom, Nashe. Ho Hatamalat, Hoa Hatamalata, Atha Hatamalatha, Ath Hatamalat, Ath, Ane Hatamalate, Hamhan Hatamalato, Atham Hatamalatham, Athan Hatamalathan, Anachno Hatamalatno.
Shalom. Ho Hathamalat. Hoa Hathamalata. Atha Hathamalata. Ath Hathamalata. Ane Hathamalate. Hamhan Hathamalato. Atham Hathamalatham. Athan Hathamalatan. Anachno Hathamalatno.
Oh, so kind of gonna try. Ho Hatamalat, Hoa Hatamalat, Ta. Hatamalat Ta. Excuse me, Hatamalat, and then let me start over. I'm sorry. Ho Hatamalat, Hoa Hatamalat Ta. Ata Hatamalat Ta. Ath Hatamalat Ath. Anake or Ane Hatamalat Te. Ham or Han Hatamalat O. Atham Hatamalat Tham. Athan Hatamalathan. Anakno Hatamalatno.
Shalom. Ho Hasamalas, Hoa Hasamalasa, Asa Hasamalasa, As Hasamalas As, Ane Hasamalase, Ham or Han Hasamalasa, Hasamalasno, Asam Hasamalasam, Asan Hasamalasan, אנחנו חתמלסנו. Shalom.
Oh. A 100 people in advanced language class? What has gotten into you people?
We had
Lord, I'm
101.
trying.
We had
The
101.
rock of Yahweh. We are thirsty.
A month.
Wasalakta Mabing.
Shalom.
Azna Amar, Hatha Malatno, Mamatsrim Shane Al Hamad Bar Hazah.
Asna?
Azna Amar. Azna Amar.
Asna Amar?
Is that so we would say? Isn't that, or we will say, or
Zala Ghabari Nahum, but I
oh, we
understand.
would say, oh, so that would be, sorry, it would be Amarno. Sorry. Az Amarno. We would
No.
say. No?
Nahum. Then we would say is what you're trying to say, right?
Okay.
Azam.
So how do you say so? So is
Kha.
Ka. Oh, that's
Or
right.
Khan.
Okay. But that's right.
That's okay. I understood you.
No, but
way to say it. It's fine.
The other part, the Hasamalat, that was correct, right?
Nahum.
Shalom.
Okay, just to get, I want to go through the whole sheet. The infinitives, as you can see, they look the same, both for most of them for the construct versus the absolute. Again, the absolute is just an intensifier. We use it to double down on what we're saying. But if you look in the passive stem, it's that they're both going to be hamalat. The difference is that the construct might have a prefix or suffix to it, whereas the absolute never will. Although that's not true. The absolute sometimes can have an article in front of it because the absolute can be used as a noun. But the infinitive construct will sometimes have a suffix, a pronominal suffix, or prefix. Okay. Same thing with the intensive. It's both going to be malat for both of them. But the difference is the construct might have a prefix, la malat, to deliver, to break free, to escape, whereas the absolute won't have that. For the causative, it's going to be the construct is going to look and sound the same as third person masculine singular. Okay, hamlate, but it could have a prefix, la hamlate, or it could have a suffix, whereas the absolute hamlat won't. It'll be a standalone. And for the reflexive, it's the same thing. Hathamalat for both of them. But you have to just get used to seeing how the construct might have a prefix or a suffix versus the absolute will not have that. For the infinitives, I'm sorry, for the debar matzo and the shablat ba here, it's going to be hamalat if you're talking to a man. And it's going to be hamalat because we have a similar morphology for the causative stem. So if you're talking to a man and you're telling him to escape, you'd say hamalat. But if you're talking to a man, you're telling him to cause something to escape, it's what?
Hamlat.
Hamlat. So that's the distinction between those two. It's going to look the same as hamlat in the infinitive absolute, so you have to be careful with the way you use it in the sentence, because there are some homonyms that look at the same. So for female, it's very simple, hamlate. For the masculine plural, hamlato, which looks the same as what other form did I say?
Are you saying hum or ha?
Hamalat, I'm sorry, hamalate, and then hamalato, that's different than hamalatna for the feminine plural. and the rest of them have their own form, so there's nothing in conflict with it. Okay, for the imperfect, you can see that the basic of the passive and the intensive are identical. So we know what to do to distinguish them. For the basic, for the passive at third person, it's simply Yamalat, which is what? He will. Yamalat.
He will escape.
Okay, so what you're doing is you're dragging out the first syllable, Yamalat. Okay, all the way down, Thamalat, Thamalat, Thamalate, Amalat. Because over here, you want to do Yamalat, Thamalat, Thamalat, and Thamalate. Okay, Amalat. Okay, Yamalato, Thamalatna, Thamalato, Thamalatna, Namalat, because over here it's just going to be Namalat, but it looks the same as this, so it's Namalat. Okay, so in the passive, Namalat means what? We
will escape.
We escape. We will escape.
We will escape. Or we will be escaped because it's passive. And then over here for the intensive, now you have we will escape.
We will
be delivered.
We
will be delivered.
Okay, I mean there's slight nuance. They're pretty much the same. And so you won't be faulted if you mix them up because they're pretty much saying the same thing. And then for we don't have addressive, and we have for the participle, we have Namalat again, which looks the same. Again, another homonym. So you got to be careful how you use it. And this is the one who what? If it's a noun, participle is noun, it's the one who
escaped.
One who escaped. And so for the active, for the intensive, okay, Mamalat, what does that mean?
One who delivered.
The ones who delivered.
The ones who broke free. You can intensify some of the ones who busted out, the ones who broke free, as opposed to escape. You can intensify it. And then for the causative, it's Mamlate, the one who caused to escape. And then for the reflexive, it's Matha Malat.
One who escaped himself.
The one who escapes himself. Okay. I'm not going to drill these. We'll do it later. But these are all the only ones where you have to worry about inflection is the first two, because all the other ones have their own morphology. They're not going to be, confused with another verbal stem. But where are you people coming from? 105. So I want to stop that now and get to the prophecy, since I didn't do it yesterday. And we're going to look at Yeram Ya'o 23. Okay. So we're going to look at verses 1 to, we're going to go all the way down to verse 8. Oh, wait a minute. I'm in the wrong chapter. I don't want to do 23. I want to do chapter 3. And we're going to do 14 to 18. There's some subtle words in here that the English botches, the English translations botch. And this could be used as an attack against us because folks are trying to say, you know, you don't go to the wilderness, you just go straight from captivity back home to the promised land. Because that, if you read the English, that sounds like what he's saying if you look at the translation into English. But when we look at it in our language, we see something different. And so I want you to see this so that, you know, you don't think that I'm just making stuff up. Verse 14, you have shobo, which is an imperative, second person plural.
Return.
Return or turn back. Then banem, shobabem.
Sons who are wayward or
Turn back, you sons who turn back. He's saying basically backsliders. Turn back, children of you backsliders, the ones who turn away. So shobabem, this is the wa here is for emphasis for the participle shob. It's being intensified again with the second ba, shobab. Shobabem is the ones who turn back, backslide. So the order here is speaking to the people, our people who have turned away from Yahweh. Na'am Yahweh says Yahweh cha. I'm sorry, che I for anache I. Bailathe.
the one is your master.
I am married. I am married. Ba
To you.
Yeah.
Yeram Yahweh is chapter 3. I'm sorry. I am married with you. Walakachte,
I take you.
I will take Afcham,
You all.
you. Akhad,
One.
Maher.
City.
From a city.
Washanem,
Two.
Two.
Ma Mashpacha.
From a
From
family.
a family.
Okay, so that tells you right there that this Exodus is not going to be some mass million-man movement. It's going to be one from a city, two from a family. That's simply a way of saying what? A few at a time. Okay, Akhad Maher, Washanem Ma Mashpacha. That's not literal. It's not saying, okay, only one person from one city, only two people from one. It's basically saying a little at a time. Okay, very few people at a time are going to move. Okay, then the next word is Wahab Athe,
And I will bring
Afcham,
you all
say on.
Say on.
say on.
There is no preposition to, so it's not correct to insist that this is saying he's going to bring us to the promised land.
Say on.
What could this be?
He gonna bring that's
like a vocative expression.
A vocative, exactly. He's saying, I will bring you,
say
on.
on. Yeah.
He's talking to the people, say on. And he's saying he's going to bring them, but he doesn't say exactly where. But wherever they're going, they're only going a few at a time. But we know that when it is time for us to go back to our land, it's not going to be a few at a time. We're all going to go back in droves. When it's time to go home from the wilderness, we go back in mass numbers to the land. We don't go back at a trickle at a time. Okay, verse 15, when Athathe lacham,
And I will give to you
Ra'aim,
shepherds.
Not evil ones, gotta be careful. Shepherds, chalabe.
Of my own heart.
Of my heart. Like my heart.
So this can't be evil ones. It could be if he didn't say chalabe, but he's not evil. So Ra'aim chalabe means shepherds of as my heart. Okay. Well, Ra'o.
And they will shepherd you, or they will shepherd.
Yeah, they will shepherd. Afcham, you. Okay. Die.
Knowledge.
Wahashkel.
Wow, wisdom.
wisdom and understanding.
wisdom.
So we know that this Exodus is a few at a time, and they will be given, the people are going to be given leaders, shepherds after the heart of Yahweh, and they will shepherd them with knowledge and understanding. Okay, verse 16. Wahe
It will be.
And it will be
che tharabo.
that you will increase
Okay. Wa paretham
Be fruitful.
and you will be fruitful
ba'aretz.
in the land.
Doesn't say which land, but it says a land. But we know that they came there in small numbers, and now where they're going to, once they get there, they're going to do what?
Increase and be fruitful.
Increase and be fruitful. They're not going to be small numbers anymore. He's going to pick a small group, but they're not going to stay small. They're going to multiply in the land where he's taken them. Ba yamim hahama.
In those days.
In those days.
In those days. Okay. Then the next part is the Yahweh, says Yahweh. So we know he put his name on it. It's got to happen. Otherwise, he's not who he says he is. Okay. La ya amaro hod.
Now will they say anymore?
Aron bareth Yahweh.
From the mind.
The ark of the covenant of Yahweh. So the day will come when these folks are multiplied in the land that they're going. Once they start off few, they're going to multiply. Then those days, they are not going to be mentioning or saying, hey, the ark of the covenant, because that's what we do right now, because we don't have it. We talk about it as if we wish we had it. But when you have something in your possession, do you always have to bring it up?
La.
No, you don't. So he's not saying that the ark is just one day we're gonna forget about it, and we're not gonna mention it, we're not gonna remember it anymore. He's saying no, the day will come when you will stop talking about it as if it's not around, because you will have it. Well, la yaila,
and not
will go up or come
will
to mind.
go up
ghalab.
upon the heart.
Something goes up onto your mind because it's not around you. You think about it because it's not around you. Right? It comes to your mind, it comes up to your mind because, where is it? But he's saying the days are going to come when that's not going to happen. It's not going to come upon your mind because you will have it. It will be around. Well, la yazacharobo.
How will they remember it?
Or memorialize. This I would say this is memorialized. They will not memorialize it. That's what we do today when we draw pictures of it and we make illustrations of it and we try to reconstruct its design, the way it looks. We think about it and we memorialize it by our thoughts and by the drawings that we do, because we don't have it. So what the days will come when we will no longer do that, because we will have it. Wala ya pakando.
And now will they visit.
Okay, well, not will they visit. Did we ever do that? I mean, is visit the correct word? Say it again. Recall.
Recall. Okay.
Recall. So he's predicting, if you look at this in the flip side, what is he saying about our captivity and our relationship to the ark? What will we be doing in captivity once we wake up and know who we are? What will we be doing?
Is memorializing the ark and keeping it in our recall, fantasizing about it.
Talking about it, wondering where it is, longing for it. That's what he's saying. He knew, the prophets knew that, yeah, you know what? You guys are going to go through a lot of shit. But the one thing that is going to happen is that you're going to remember the ark. You're going to talk about it. You're going to wonder where the hell it is. It's always going to be on your mind. You're going to memorialize it. You're going to be drawing it, thinking about it, making pictures of it. You're going to be recalling it because you're not going to have it. He knew that there was going to be a separation between us and the most important object on the planet, which has the most important document on the planet, right? A document that was written by the hand of our maker, the maker of heaven and earth. So he knew that that would be a time when we would be fantasizing about it and dreaming about it and wondering where it is. Wallah Yashahod.
And it would be used anymore.
Not used, what Yasha,
Not will it be done anymore?
not will that be done again.
Uh,
We won't do that anymore. That won't be done anymore because he's saying, you know, implicitly he's saying that yes, when you are back, when you are returned to Yahweh, and he has gathered you one at a time, two at a time, right? And then he's multiplied you in that place where you're going, you will recover the ark. You will find the ark. And then you won't be doing the stuff that you're doing now, wondering where it is, talking about it, fantasizing about it, drawing it, right? You won't be doing that because now he has increased you and he's brought you back to a condition where you are now worthy to go get it. Okay. That's the thing that we can look forward to during our wilderness journey, that once we are multiplied, he's not going to give it back to us when there's only 8 of us. Right? He's not going to let us find us. There's only 8. You can't protect the ark. There's only 8 people surrounding it. He's gonna multiply you and give us resources and the stuff that we need so that when we recover it, it will be protected and safe. We don't have to worry about someone coming trying to take it. That's why it had to be hid, because when we were being destroyed by our enemies, we were vulnerable, and they were, you know, it would be easy for them to take and then exploit and destroy whatever. So he didn't want that to happen. So it had to be hidden, even from us, so that we wouldn't know where it is until it was time, until the time was right, until we are taken to the wilderness, we are multiplied, and then he will show us where it is. Verse 17.
in that
And
time,
in that time,
Yakara O
they will call
La Ya Yaroshalam
to Jerusalem,
Chas Ya'o.
the throne of Yahweh.
Okay, when you have a throne, what do you have around it? What does a throne symbolize?
kingdom.
A kingdom. A kingdom. So he's saying that, and you can't have a kingdom if the king don't have a house. In a place that he has his residence, he has to have a royal residence, right? And the main article or object in his house is his ark. You can't call Jerusalem the throne of Yahweh if his throne, which is his ark, ain't there. So the kingdom will be reestablished in the wilderness. He says Jerusalem because that's what we will call our wilderness. Our city in the wilderness will be called Jerusalem. Why would we give it any other name? It's not the literal Jerusalem, but we the people are there, and we the people are Jerusalem. We the people are Seon. So wherever we are gathered, there is Seon and there is Jerusalem. And the one that's physically in ruins, right? It's waiting for us to go home to restore it. But we are still Jerusalem if we are gathered together in the name of Yahweh, doing his will, establishing his kingdom, right? Wanako,
And they will gather, or they will be gathered
they will be gathered Aleha,
to it.
okay, his throne. Chal HaGoen,
All the people.
all the people. Lasham Yahweh,
To the name
To the name Yahweh.
So now we know that this place that they're going is also associated with the name. The name is the banner that they are rallying to. La Yerushalayim.
Jerusalem.
Wala Yalacho.
And not
will they go
Rod.
anymore.
Achare.
After.
Shararof Labam. harai.
The visions of
Their evil heart.
Yeah, the imaginations or the, contrivances of their evil heart. Those days will be gone. Okay, verse 18, and then we'll stop. Ba yamaim hahama.
In those days.
In those days.
Those days. Okay, and we're still talking about the days that begin with the leaving part, one from city, two from a family. In those days, Yalacho Beth Yaoda.
They will go the house of Yahuda.
Gal Beth Yaosha'al.
Also the house of
So this
Yahushua.
preposition is the tricky part, because typically it means upon, but here it's more or less together with, together with, or in conjunction with. So the house of Yaoda, which is one tribe, and the house of Yaoshar, which is the other 11 tribes, will come together, and together, Wayaba'o Yachando,
they will bring together or come together.
They will come Yachado together, Ma'aratz Sapon.
The land of the north.
Land of the north.
The land of the north. So that tells us that we know we're not all just in the land of that one, but the majority of our people are in captivity in a northern land. The majority of our people are in North America, even though there's a lot of us in South America and Caribbean and UK, we're scattered, but the bulk, the accumulation, the aggregation, or the mass numbers of our people are in the land of the north. Now they're going to come or go from that land, Gal ha'aretz ashar,
upon a
land which.
Now again, here's that preposition. It doesn't make sense to be upon the land. It doesn't make sense to say together with the land, because look what he says here: ha'aretz ashar ha-nachalafe, which I have inherited, or I have
of the portion of the inheritance.
Ath abathecha,
of their father.
Of their father.
Now the English says two. The English makes this preposition two here, and so now it seems like, oh, wait a minute. We don't go to a wilderness. We go straight from captivity to the promised land, the land of our fathers. That's if you mistranslate this preposition.
Is it along with again?
If you put that translation, if you translate this preposition to, then there is no wilderness, and you've got a contradiction with Ezekiel, you got a contradiction with Micah, you got a contradiction with Malachi. All the other scriptures say we go to the wilderness first, now is in conflict with this. That's not how you translate the scriptures. You have to take into account all the other scriptures and not make the prophets look like they're contradicting each other. The preposition, the correct definition of this preposition is beyond. Beyond. You come from the land of the north, and he takes you beyond the land which he has inherited or swore to give to your fathers, and you go to a land beyond. That's where you go. Again, Yoram Yahweh is not being explicit, but he is telling you, implicitly, that we're not going straight home. You don't go straight to the land after he gathers you one by one. He gathers you one by one. He takes you to a place where you can multiply. He takes you to a place where now you can recover the ark. He takes you to a place that no longer will you be following after the imaginations of your evil heart anymore. In those days, that's the days when the all 12 tribes, which are in the land of the north now, they go beyond, because you have to. If you look at any map, even a globe map, if the wilderness is in the far east, you will go beyond the land of our promised land to get there. To leave the land of the north to get to the far east where the sun rises, you will go beyond the land that he promised to give our fathers. But that place beyond our land is where we are restored. That's where you get, your strength back. And then once that incubation period is done, then you are ready to go home in masses, not one by one, but in masses. So that the clue is that He's gathering you one by one. And that's not how we go back to the promised land. We don't go back to the promised land one by one, two by two. We go back in droves. We go to the wilderness one by one, two by two, which is the land beyond the land of our fathers. So I just wanted to point that out. This preposition has a wide flexibility of meaning, and the heathens translated, of all the possible options, they chose two, which now puts this prophet
At
at
odds with the other
odds
ones.
with other prophets, right? When you've got a multiple, when you've got a preposition that can mean many different things, why would you choose the one that makes this prophet attack another prophet? If this book is not exactly to make the book invalid. That's why the King James is so dangerous, because you can get out of this any doctrine that you want and make doctrines collide and go head to head with each other. If you don't know the language and you're stuck with a translation, then what you got a lot of folks saying you don't have to go to no wilderness. It says right here, you go straight to the land. If you don't know the language, then you're stuck, and you've got a book that's attacking each other, attacking itself. So you need to understand that this preposition has a wide variety of meaning, and you don't choose the one definition that puts this prophet at odds with another prophet. That's not what he's doing at all. He expects you to know the language. He expects you to know what the possibilities are for this preposition, and to choose the one that puts him in harmony with all the other prophets, not at odds with them. And that's what this book, the Queen James, does not do. And in fact, every other translation I've seen, they put two there. That's the danger of a translation, if you don't know the language. But this is something that people will bring up when they say, "Why are you going to the Philippines? He's supposed to take you straight to the land." And so you have to be able to know how to, rebut that. In any dictionary, any blue letter or whatever using BDB, this entry under the word Gal will be 2 miles long. It's a long list.
Yeah, I got you.
But they chose the one definition that makes this prophet contradict another prophet. Beyond is the correct translation here. Any questions?
Shalom.
Shalom.
Are you gonna put this in a vlog in the channel?
Yeah, I'll probably at some point I'll get to it.
Shalom. Is it's not with this chapter, but it's with the chapter before. Is that also talking about our times too? Ram Yahoo chapter 2. But that's what I'm actually reading right now.
Can you be more specific? I don't.
I will have to.
Chapter 2 is 37 verses. You got to be a little bit more specific.
Oh yeah, just in general. Right now, I think I'm on first.
I mean, yeah, there's things in there that applies to us, absolutely. But he's also talking to that generation he was dealing with. But in chapter 3, he's talking about the future. A lot of it is, in those days to come, and what will happen. Okay. We don't go back to the land and then multiply and then go look for the ark. We go back to the land bringing the ark with us. It says in the other scriptures that we leave the wilderness with all of our silver and all of our gold, all of our wealth, all of our treasure. And the most valuable treasure we will have is the ark. So we don't go back to the land, multiply, and then say, "Hey, let's go look for the ark." We go back to the land with the ark, the same way our ancestors went into the land with the ark. When did our ancestors get the ark?
In the
By my
wilderness.
train.
In the wilderness.
By my bar.
Right. Same thing. History is going to repeat itself. We will get the ark again in the wilderness and then take it with us into the land. We're not going to go back to the land and say, oh, okay, let's go look for the ark. It's coming with us when we go to the land. And all the nations, it says here, will be scattered before it. That's how, we marched with the ark when our armies were set forth. When we marched, the ark was leading the way. Right? Everything had to get out of its way when we came. And it's gonna be the same thing again.
What's lucky?
And that's one of the reasons that will trigger that war. I think that we have to realize that, the nations know what the source, or they think they know what the source of our power is, and they're going to come after the ark. Shalom, go ahead.
So will we fly out of the wilderness like the same way we came in, or will it be like ships? Or
It says ships, so we're going to be loading up our wealth and all of our stuff onto big cargo ships.
And my last question.
You come to the wilderness pretty light. You don't come here with, except for the last family. The last family came here with a lot of stuff. I was laughing. We were giggling at they had so much luggage. But you come here basically light, but you leave heavy. We leave the wilderness heavy, very heavy. Lots of wealth we take with us when we leave.
All right.
Does that answer your question?
It does. Oh, and is there a certain time frame that we can get wilderness? I remember you said we're going to be there twice as long.
Yeah, 98 years is the time. 2 Jubilee cycles. And some of us will be living through the whole period. Not everyone. I don't think everyone will, but a lot of us will. There will be people who will live through the whole period and go home. They will be like Mazmur 92 says, they will be old and still flourishing. Still young, but very old.
What a man. I like the sound of that.
Amazing.
That's why that Mazmur was written, is to tell you that the generation who starts the restoration, a lot of them will be growing into very old age.
Man.
And still be youthful and flourishing. They won't be walking around with a wheelchair or crutches, and they won't be dependent. They'll still be strong and healthy. I saw the other day, I saw Gene Hackman for the first time, and wow, he's 93. He looks like he's 506.
Yeah.
That man looks older than 93. I've seen 93 people look a lot better than him. He looks so old. It's a shame. They don't age well at all. But you are going to be aging like Shara. And say it again.
But with the stuff they do in Hollywood, with all those demonic and satanic rituals, and all
well, he don't apparently do that. Gene Hackman is not doing any of that stuff.
Don't drink the fetuses, but I don't know.
No, he looks. You got to go look online. They spotted him for the first time. He looks really bad for 93.
Shalom, my baby.
93 in our culture is young. We would say that's a young man.
They don't have no melanin. That's why they age like that. They have.
I don't know if it's just melanin. I think there's a lot of stuff. This is a combination of stuff, not just melanin.
Yeah, people keep saying, excuse me, that black don't crack. I say, yes, it do. If you doing everything under the sun, you gonna crack up all over the place, because I was just looking at this actress. She on her bio says she was 59. I'm 57. She has a banging body. She's beautiful on the body, and she's not bad looking, but her face is falling off. And I said, there is no way that she is no 59 years old. I don't know how you old you're supposed to look, but that she is no way. It's no way.
That's that rough Hollywood living.
It's something.
Exactly.
Who that person is?
Her last name is Abercrombie. She going by Abercrombie. I think it's Karen Abercrombie.
Angela Bassett's got to be 80. How old is Angela? She looks like she's 35.
Yeah, she's like
And
She just
78
had a
or 80
birthday.
years old or something like that.
she
She
don't look
just
a
had
day.
a birthday.
60,
Yeah, she's
64,
60
something like that.
Had a birthday.
She's in her 70s.
She's in her 70s. She
Oh,
got to be
she's
in her
in
70s.
her. Well, look, I'm just telling you, some people is
She's
really
64.
really
64?
lying, and they look like they lying. Okay,
How
we
old
got
is Grace Kelly? Grace Kelly's got to be in her 70s.
Oh, Grace
Gotta be.
looks good. Grace Kelly looks good.
We have some examples of people who look much
Yeah,
younger
look
than
at
they
Grace
are.
Jones.
That's her. Grace Jones. I'm sorry, Grace Jones. That's her. She looks like she doesn't age. She stopped aging.
I knew who you meant. Yep, Grace Jones. She popped right in my head when you said Grace, you know?
And Felicia Rashad, she doesn't age.
Yeah, her sister Debbie too.
Yep, they don't age.
Grace Jones is 74.
Pharrell
74.
Williams.
Pharrell
Pharrell,
Williams.
oh yeah, Pharrell still look like a baby in the face.
Yep.
Well, baby face for that matter. You know what I mean? I mean,
And they're not even they're not keeping the commandments. They're not following Yahweh. They're not doing, imagine you got folks that are pleasing Yahweh. They're gonna be making them look like they are old and looking old.
well, I want to be drop dead glorious like Akhad Zahana Yao Kabod said. Drop dead glorious.
So that's it. I just wanted to point that out. I probably did this before. If I did, I apologize. I might have taught this lesson before, but I just wanted to show you the flexibility of the preposition and how the translations really jack it up and make it look like the prophet is telling you something that he's not, and putting him at odds with the other prophecies. And that's what folks will do. They will act like you can dismiss Ezekiel because of what Jeremiah just said. Or you can dismiss, that's what people do. I say, why don't you try to put all these prophets together? They can't be all saying the different things. Well, no. Maybe the book of Ezekiel was added to, and we got to throw that out because look, it says right here, Jeremiah says right here, we go straight home. They don't see that as a problem, that they can have a contradiction in their face and just choose the one that they like. And that's what Christianity has done to people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You have a book that says only one God in one part of the book, and then the other part of the book says no, there's three in one.
Three,
which is a contradiction, but it's okay. It's okay for Christianity to have the book that's have this contradiction. Okay, and that's what if their faith is built on contradiction, which is to them not a problem. That's a problem for me. I can't have this war of ideas in my brain and say that's fine. Yeah, he said that then, but now he's saying this now. So now we're doing this now, which contradicts what he said earlier. But hey, that's fine.
It's kind of the same how they put up Matthew, Luke, John.
Yeah, that's why I make fun of. That's why I make fun of the gospel. I make fun of the gospel. He's 1 minute he says, "Don't touch me," and then the same day he says, "Touch me, feel me," and it's the same day. Like, what happened? Why can't she touch you, but the brothers can? It's stuff like that we never really paid attention to. But when you do, you thinking like, what the heck am I doing with this book? Why did I let this book take up so much of my energy and my time when this is clearly foolishness? That can't be what happened. It's not rational to believe he told her, "Don't touch me," but then the same day he told the men to fill me up.
Mabane, please stop. Listen, please stop. The word "don't" actually means "do." In that, in that other verse, it's just like that word "gal" means beyond, right? So, it's crazy.
Nasty people.
Like the scarlet robe and
they really are nuts.
Purple robe.
Yeah, the scarlet robe, the purple robe.
Yeah, the scarlet and purple. Come on, those are two different colors. No, they're not. It just depends on how you look at it. Nah, see, playing games.
Two for one sale.
Yeah,
So,
or don't preach to heathens, but then go preach to every living creature the same day. Not even
Yeah.
the same day, the same sermon.
Same sermon.
yeah. Flip flopping.
But and we've got pastors who know better. They know that this is a problem, but they don't, they don't teach the truth.
Don't
They
care.
just go with it. They just go with flow.
Shalom, man, I got a quick question.
Yep.
Could you pretty please, the blog you have on Yeshayahu, our brother, could you do a video on that and about his death as well? Like both written documents that you have online, please.
I don't have any documents online.
Yeah, the one from the academy, the death of the Messiah, and then
The date of his death?
yeah, do that one, and then do the other one of called who is he and why did he come?
Talking about academia.
Yeah,
Documents on academia.
Yeah. Put both of those together, please. Do a video like
Yeah, I can't promise when. Maybe one of these days if I have time.
yeah, cause
And that's gonna really set some fires.
that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, when I write those papers, I put more detail in it than I can a video. Video is really supposed to be entertaining and short and summary fashion, but the papers have more of the sources and the scholarly argumentation. And that's why the videos can never be as informative as the paper.
Yeah, it's the writing. You write something and I just sit there and I just go, you know what? I've got to digest this. So I'll read like a few paragraphs and then I say, let me put it away for a little while so I can digest and ruminate on this stuff. And then I go back and I read a few more paragraphs. I don't like to eat it all up at once. You know what I'm saying? Devour it at once. I like to digest it. So it's good stuff.
So what's the lay part of our wealth is going to come from the Tower of the Flock, when everybody gets together and we're able to put our gifts and talents together. Those people who are able to write scripts for TV, or what I mean, when we're going to come out with our own stories. They got the greatest story ever told. No, we're gonna the greatest Yaoshua story ever told. Put all them beautiful Black faces in there, and tell the truth. I mean, and I believe we're going to just make a lot of money and, have a lot more people following, because we love to see ourselves and we love to hear about our stories. And, I just think there's going to be some money coming from that once we get, our brothers and sisters together who can do some productive, some production work.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the live streaming and podcast that we'll do from the school. So that'll really be a big push.
Shalom.
In a new direction.
And put on some plays too.
So any other questions while we're here?
Shalom, Adain. I'm just asking for some prayers. Please, I'm not well.
Yeah, I know, and I have been, and I will continue to do so.
Shalom.
Amana Kat.
Yaokana. Kazak. Continue to pray for you. Love you.
Praying for you.
Shalom, Mashka. Shalom.
Zaklach Kat.
Zaklach. Okay.
yeah, let's keep our sister and a few others in prayer for battling some things. The wife of the Shay here, and a few others. And I just want to thank Ya'o in front of you all for the men that have come, also the women, but obviously if you see what I'm doing, I'm investing a lot of my time and my money in the men because I have to know them. I have to be familiar with them and spend time with them if I am going to put my neck on the line and entrust them to be leaders and shepherds and whatnot with women with no husbands and children and whatnot. So, this could all be very bad for me if I don't make wise decisions, and you can't do that if you don't get to know folk. So I've been, every week, every Friday, it's mandatory. The men have no choice. Yeah. When you're paying for it, there's no vote. So we go someplace and we just have a meal and we just chop it up and it looks like we're just having fun, but for me, it's a chance to look you in the eye and get to know you and spend some time with you and to find out what, I have strengths and weaknesses, everybody else does, but I have to find out what your strengths and weaknesses are and where you can best be useful in helping to build a nation. So I just want to thank y'all for the men that's come here because all of them are exemplary and they all know why we're here and they're ready to roll up their sleeves and do what's necessary. And I don't have to tell them what to do. They automatically see something that needs to be done and they do it. And then they tell me later and I'm like, wow, okay, that's great. Thank you because I can't do everything. So I just want a shout out to them and thank y'all for them. And I know more are coming. So that also puts a smile on my face. And I know the men are eager for that. I'm only praising the men right now because they are the ones that's going to be leading. But I know that the women also have some praise stories. But we got a surprise for the women. We have not it looks like we're leaving them out of the fun every week.
Yeah, haven't forgotten them at all, huh?
Have not forgotten them at all. We got a surprise for them. And we're going to honor them and their sacrifices on what they're doing here. So I just wanted to let them know that we have not forgotten you and we're not going to neglect you at all. And you will have a big Kool-Aid smile on your face once we show you our surprise. So yeah, let's stay encouraged, stay strong in Yahweh, stay rooted in him, and he will do the rest for us.
On Chazak Yahusha.
Aloha,
Yahoo.
Aman.
Hallelujah.
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 Aman.
Amen.
I will see you guys
Shalom,
online.
Mabay.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, Mabay.
Shalom, shalom, shalom,
Shalom,
shalom.
shalom.
Shabbat shalom,
Shalom,
mashpakati.
shalom, my
Shalom, Mabe. Shalom, Mabe.
Shalom, my bad.
Shalom. Oralaya.
Shalom, my Ben. Shalom, Mashpakate.
Shalom,
Shalom,
Mashpakate.
Master
Shalom.
Mabel.
Shalom.